So I'm joined here by Mr. Adrian Hia, the Managing Director APJ at Kaspersky. Thank you, sir, for speaking with us. One of my first questions would be about your opinion on the evolution of, the security industry on a global level.
Okay, so if you look at what we are going through right now, right now we have about 8 billion devices connected to the internet.
Hmm.
In the next few years, experts are estimating it to double up to 15 billion devices. So with more and more devices proliferated to the internet, you can imagine the attack surface right now is of a different level.
Hmm.
Just that if you bring back down to what I've just shared during the Mumbai Customer Connect 2025, um, the amount of services that are digitizing today
Hmm.
is going to the next level.
Hmm.
It's not difficult to imagine one day you stop the need to use paper money. Everything is digital.
Of course.
It's not hard to imagine for you to be able to take any transportation without a passport,
Hmm.
to board a plane without a passport. It's not hard for you to imagine for you to register a company, to register a mobile phone line without any form of verification. So this is what is propelling the whole need to be more cyber resilient.
Hmm.
With a bigger attack surface, that also means that the the need for you to defend
Hmm.
more areas right now. From a laptop, a device that's connected to a public Wi-Fi in a coffee shop,
Hmm.
for you to be able to work from anywhere, not only from home, but anywhere in the world connected to your application and data back in your data center becomes the challenge, the evolution of challenge. So that's on the data part. Then from the cyber threats perspective, while we are improving, unfortunately the bad guys, the cyber criminal groups are also improving. So we are using AI, Gen AI right now to increase our capabilities. The bad people are also using AI and Gen AI to improve their capabilities. So this is where, unfortunately, the forces are just
Hmm.
who is getting better.
Definitely, it's a rat race to be at the, in
Exactly.
the front of the criminals.
So the need for you to always evolve, to always improve,
Mhm.
becomes really important.
Definitely, sir. And with evolution, of course, like one of the most recent topics of conversation in the tech industry is, of course, quantum computing. So my question was going to be, how do you think the approach towards security and in general security innovations, like what are security solution providers looking forward to, and what impact and what changes will be coming through when it comes to providers, especially such as Kaspersky?
So experts are saying maybe between 10 to 12 years, quantum computing will be everywhere. It can operate at room temperature. It will be widely available. It will be cheaply widely available. Some experts are saying that no, it might be just 3 to 4 years, right? Depending on the innovation from the microchip to the software to the capabilities. But what is the biggest concern about quantum computing is that now every encryption can be hacked. Every encryption can be decrypted.
Of course.
But if you look at it from the technology standpoint, we invented 128-bit encryption, 256-bit encryption. When we start to have all these encryption capabilities, have kept us quite safe until now. But what is it so difficult for you to think to also use quantum computing in the area of defense when you are even to use quantum computing to also further enhance your security posture, so that like what I mentioned earlier in my first point, is a rat race, right?
Yes.
So if you were to deny it and do not adopt fast enough and look into ever revolutionary technology that's available in the market, then that would be where you'll be at the losing end of the stick. But I also want to give some confidence, to the readers, to the viewers, that um, give the technology some time, right? Like I said, like AI, Gen AI, which is the buzzword right now, right? It will become widely available. It also become much cheaper to implement. But that also means that in the next few years, quantum computing from a defense standpoint can also be used to make sure that it can encrypt your data even better. So give the technology some time to get into the right equilibrium, right? So I don't want you to be, don't want us to be too worried about it, right? Let's embrace and let's just charge forward. Just like how we have moved from 3G 4G to 5G.
Definitely, tech innovations, while they do bring a certain levels of threats, it is something that, of course, our compliances and regulations do help with building a better, more secure security framework. So my last question, yes,
Maybe just add on one point is like ethics for AI.
of
So
course.
you can see the regulators coming in to give their comments right now.
Mm-hmm.
Because is it meant to be AI everywhere?
Is
Where AI will take over human decision? Where is the point where human will come in to make a decision? We do not want Skynet to ever happen, right? If you have watched Terminator as a movie,
yes.
right? So this is where, like I say, give some confidence in the whole system.
Definitely, sir. So my last question would be around the threads and the need for an apt response time. So of course, what are some key measures that you believe that enterprises should actually adopt and look into to save their IPs and data assets?
So I also shared earlier in the keynote, in the Customer Connect Mumbai 2025, right? Always imagine three parts of a data life cycle: data of your customer, data of your company. So we have been spending a lot of time in terms of prevention. Means that we build our cybersecurity framework, cybersecurity resiliency system in place to protect ourselves. I think we need to look at beyond just the steady state. We need to look at the other two ends. First end is on intelligence, prevention, preventive measures. Because any bad things were to happen, there will be a lot of chatter in the dark web. There will be a lot of indication of a compromise, indication of attack coming from a threat landscape, threat intelligence perspective. So I really think that customers today should invest a second look and invest in some time on the intelligence part. So now you solve the preventive part, you have protect yourself, then the third part or the end of the equation will be this very big word. We always use the word called assume breach. Assume that you are already being penetrated. Assume that you are having a ransomware attack, and that will be where the faster incident response. The way how are you going to minimize the damage? How are you going to sandbox an infected machine? If data is going to be stolen, how do you implement your data loss protection policy? This will be where it will be the quick response that's needed. So if you are able to build a good framework from having a very resilient cybersecurity framework, a very resilient cybersecurity solution, have the right threat intelligence, understanding the threat landscape, looking into your indicator of compromise, looking at the indicator of attacks, and then set up a very good response team in terms of incident response, working with the regulators, with CERT-in, and so on and so forth, to be able to react faster and minimize damage. And if you have these three things in place, I'm sure you can protect your data better and have a more holistic approach of how things should be done.
Definitely, sir. From the keynote today, I also found out something new, to be very honest, that in Singapore, there's a new law being passed, especially in the FSI sector, that even the bank holds a certain amount of responsibility when it comes to data regulation and protecting their customers' data and to ensure that they do not get scammed. So what do you think would be a global impact for this? In the sense, now this is happening today in Singapore in this year. So how do you think this will affect worldwide? Do you think regulations should be changing everywhere? Should more different enterprises and organizations be held liable in case of data breach?
I think the whole intent of many regulators today, whether it's Singapore or not Singapore, is really not about what needs to be done and what do not need to be done. I think what everybody is trying to promote right now, even from the India government, is to promote collaboration and promote joint ownership. So this will be where the responsibility now do not lies only with the individual. Somebody that bank with the bank, somebody that have a mobile line with the telco. Neither should it be the responsibility solely of the banks or the regulators or the telcos today. So what they really to promote is the joint ownership and the joint collaboration, so that everybody now have a stake in it to improve cybersecurity posture. So no longer is a responsibility of just the user of not protecting their own assets. Neither is it the responsibility of the provider to make sure that you have the right cyber resilience framework. Now is to really bring everybody to come together to commonly think of how to fight against the bad people. Because at the end of the day, you think about it, when I say we, whether it's the regulators, whether it's the telco, the bank, all normal people, normal citizens like us, we are all on the same side of the fence, all coming together to fend and fight the bad people. So if we are able to accomplish that and establish that, I think the world will be a much safer and better place. Of course, collaborative effort is something that is to look forward to, because the tech industry would be, in shambles, to be very honest, if it went for a community effort when it comes to this. So thank you so much, sir, for speaking with me today. It was a pleasure having you here on behalf of Kaspersky and CX Experts. Thank you so much, sir. The pleasure is mine. Thank you.